please.
I'm sorry, but the fashion industry has kind of been unfair to people who are bigger than a size 6.
Nonsense. And this is about to get way controversial. Go ahead.
It's unfair.
All right.
All right.
I am Angel.
And I'm May.
And we are Unbasic Black. Today we are talking about the world of fashion and what is considered plus size, as well as some stereotypes that go along with size in the fashion industry.
Stereotypes and prejudices and yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try and keep it a little light, but we're also gonna tackle some pretty aggressive, heavy issues.
Yeah.
So if you feel at any point that anything that we're talking about bothers you, or if you have certain feelings about image and your own body type and things like that, I will put some links down in the description to assist with some of that, because we always want to make sure that we're being responsible and safe when we talk about these topics.
Right.
Alrighty, so what got us thinking about this topic is we watched a documentary called A Perfect 14 that came on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. There was a lot going on in that. A lot to unpack. It's by Giovanna Morales Vargas. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, Miss Giovanna. Mm-hmm. And she did a great job at piecing things together. It followed, in particular, one particular plus size model, whose name was...
I don't know.
I don't remember her name either.
We'll edit that because
Mayday. Her last name was Mayday. I remember that.
There were a few that were featured.
Yeah,
One in particular I remember because her name was so unusual was Kerosene, and maybe that's why she.
Look.
Okay, so maybe that's why she chose that name, because it is memorable. She said it was her nickname in the documentary, but
right.
Anyway. Let's talk about being plus size.
Okay.
And what that means.
Okay.
Okay, how about we start there?
Yeah, all right.
So one of the things that I actually learned from this, is this considered a documentary?
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is. I had to look and see what category they put it in. But one of the things that I learned from this documentary was the term plus size and how it is so overused. We use plus size a lot, but it has become a term that we associate with large women.
Right.
So if we say plus size, automatically our brain goes to like size, 18, 20, 22,
right. That's
like really big women.
Yeah.
But when you look at the fashion industry though,
yeah, it's much smaller.
well, it's not even that it's much smaller, it has different criteria. So I think we've kind of been a little unfair to the fashion industry, because we've taken a term that they use in the fashion industry and then we apply it to very large women. So then when you see individuals that are quote unquote plus size models and they're size 12, or in the case of this documentary, a perfect 14, we're looking at them going, they're not plus size. And
right.
One of the ladies in the documentary had commented on that, because she said it offends her when people say, oh, you're not a plus size model. But when she stands next to another term I learned, straight size
yeah.
model, that she is considered a plus size model in the fashion industry. Please.
I'm sorry, but the fashion industry has kind of been unfair to people who are bigger than a size 6.
Nonsense. And this is about to get way controversial,
It's unfair because they get to like I had like body image, right? I got like not that I was anorexic or bulimic, but I had a really poor body image to where I was a size 8, and more than likely, because I didn't know how to shop for myself, I was probably less than that. Mm-hmm. But at any rate, I'm a size 8 and I'm trying to lose weight. I'm at 100 what, 25 pounds, and I'm going, okay, if I could just get rid of this right here. And then turns out the fashion industry is like, oh, she's fat. She needs to lose more weight.
But can you blame that on the fashion industry, or does that go to your self-esteem? Because I am a big girl now. I wasn't back then, but I never considered myself a big girl back then. But we were about the same size. Where she's talking about she was a size 8, and I was like, God dang. And she's looking at it going, I need to lose weight.
Right.
So I really think that has a lot to do with your standard and your feeling, because I know society can make you feel bad about yourself, but at the same time, when you look at yourself, what do you see? Do you see what they see, or do you see something else? Because I know we had talked about it before that I have a tendency to think smaller. So that then when I go and put on certain clothing, it doesn't look right on me, because in my mind, I'm like, well, how come I don't look like the mannequin? Because that's how I feel. When I put on the clothes, I'm like, yeah, I want that outfit. I put it on and something's not adding, something's not adding up.
Right.
So, you know, and I really think that to a certain extent, we have been a little critical of the fashion industry when it's really individuals who have tried to break into that industry. And the best way I can describe it is American Idol. You have individuals who really want to be singers.
Right.
They want to sing, they love it, they have confidence, and they go out on that stage to be told that they cannot sing. So at what point do you then say, well, but you really can't sing? Now, everybody can sing, you know. I like to teach the world to sing. See, I'm singing right now. Everybody can sing. Do you sing well?
No, everybody can't sing. Everybody may like to sing, but like I like to sing, but I can't sing.
You can't sing well. But you can sing.
I've heard
like moves like Jagger. Jagger can't dance, but the way he dances, he loves it so much that you look at Jagger and you be like, go ahead, Jagger.
We're supporting him in his inability to dance.
Well, there you go. And I know plus size women around the world, please don't send me hate mail. We have a point, I promise. But I think that because the association, when we talk about like plus size, because the association has been taken on a life of its own, to where it's gone from one sect to an extreme. And because you can look at in the fashion industry, I'm talking about specifically the fashion industry. If you look in the fashion industry and someone says, okay, we're looking for plus size models, which doesn't happen that often, according to the people in this documentary, you're talking about a group of people. And if you become a model, you essentially are opening yourself up to being judged on the way you look.
Yeah.
So if the fashion industry says, that's not what I'm looking for, then how can you be mad at the fashion industry? And really, this is food for thought, because
I see your point.
Well, I mean, you don't have to agree. What's your opinion?
Right.
You know?
I'm just saying I see your point, but my opinion is that they like they were saying. I don't know if you got down to that part, but like later on in the documentary, they're talking to, well, yeah, we'd love to feature women who are bigger than a size 0, but the market doesn't ask for that. They don't.
Right.
People are not looking. People don't go to a store and they want to. Well, I do, because I'm trying to find clothes that fit me. But regular people don't go to the store and want to see a model, a mannequin or a model who's a size 14, 16, 18, 20. They like seeing, I don't know where they got that from, but they like seeing these skinny people modeling these clothes that they will never get into. And I know that feed into the fantasy part, but I just, it's like a two-way thing. It's like the fashion industry says, we're going to make clothes. And there's a lady who talked about her school. No, you cannot do this for bigger people, because that's not how we make clothes, kind of thing. So, but most of the world is not a size 0 or 2 or 4, whatever size you want to go by. Most of the world is bigger than that, and then you don't cater to those people because, and so then then there's that flip side, which the people like. The industry won't make the clothes, and then the people get so used to it, they're like, yeah, we don't want to see that either. And when they try to do something, because then you have the outliers who say, I would really like to find some clothes that look better than a muumuu.
But I think you're talking about two different industries. And I think a part of that problem is because they've all kind of been lumped together.
Okay.
But I think there is a difference between runway fashion, high fashion, runway fashion, couture, etc., than the average clothes that you'll buy in the store.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, especially during school and different things like that, they're making those clothing based off of one particular type.
Right.
You know, and I believe they call them blocks. They're making a certain block and a cut, a certain cut. And their cut size in school is that 8 to 12 size. Okay. So that's different than you're talking about an individual who manufactures clothing for the masses. You know, those are two totally different things. Now, when you go to the store and you look at the mannequins and different things like that, yes, they do have a tendency to feature, if you want to call them skinny women. But I also, and again, this is just my opinion, but I also think that when I look at a mannequin and something that's going to entice me to buy it, I want it to look the best way it can possibly look. Because remember what I said, I have a tendency to think smaller. So when I put on these clothes expecting them to fit me, they don't fit me, and I'm like, why don't they fit me the way it does on the mannequin? Because I'm not the same size as the mannequin.
And that's the thing, though.
I know, but I want to look like the mannequin. You know, I want to look like the mannequin, and I honestly wonder, and I don't know because you don't see it, if the mannequin was a plus size mannequin, would I look at that mannequin and say, yeah, I like those clothes? Or would I look at it and say, I cannot believe I've gotten that big. I do not want that outfit.
I look at it and say, and this is just for me, when I see the bigger mannequins, I feel more appreciative, because then I know, oh, okay, that's what it's going to look like on somebody like me. Instead of going to Target. But
you're talking about the masses, though.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing that some of those marketing execs were saying in this documentary, was that their numbers do not support that. But I question whether or not that's true. And that's just the thing. I don't know if that's true or not, because on one hand, they say there's this huge market out there for individuals who want plus size clothing. And then the numbers they claim don't support that, though.
Which is a trip.
And I'm telling you, when I look at like different, like YouTube and all of these different things for individuals that are wearing certain clothes, some of those clothes may be a little bit much for a person that size. And I know that's a very controversial statement, because people should be able to wear whatever they want, which you can. People can wear whatever they want, but should you?
But that goes back to that swimsuit video that we did. Like,
should you be wearing that? You know, and because I know there's a thing with, like you mentioned the swimsuits. I know there's a thing with people wearing bikinis now, all sizes. You know, and I don't think it's fair that I am considered a person, like people would say, oh, you're just fat shaming or whatever the case may be. I don't think that's fat shaming to say that somebody is overweight.
It's the reaction that you give a person when you see them. When you see somebody who's, I'm just going to use 18 as a go. If you see somebody who's a size 18 in a bikini, and not a tankini, but a bikini with a bra and a bottom kind of thing. Yeah, you see somebody like that, and you're like, "Ooh, girl." You say one or two things, or you say both of them at the same time, like, "Ooh, girl." But I admire your confidence.
Right. There's always a but. There's always a but. Oh, we talked about the sample sizes. That's what it was. It wasn't the blocks. It was the sample size. Right. When they were talking about the schools and all of that.
Right. And let's go back to your talking about. I'm just going to use the word couture versus what people actually buy. So yeah, the couture. Like I remember watching runway shows when I was little and just being like, wow, look at those clothes, and then saying, I can't wear that anywhere.
Right, and that's the whole thing. Because when we're watching these shows, because I watch Fashion Week religiously, and as I'm critiquing Fashion Week, I'm saying, you could wear that out. No, where would you wear that? You could wear that. No, that, because some of that is art, and then some of it is intended to be worn. Right,
but for the things that are intended to be worn, it would be nice if they intended it for it to be worn for somebody who's a size 14, 16, 18, 22.
But then it goes back to what I too. But you do look pretty. But I'm going back to,
we want to look pretty in those clothes. We want those clothes to fit us. I
know
so
then
that they
you
won't
want
fit
that
us.
artist to alter what their vision is for their product to suit you.
Am I not the consumer?
And not of their clothes, because they don't make your size.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't make your size. So when I go to a store, and there was a person in here who was talking about it when she went shopping and all of this, and she went into Prada and some other stores, and she was like, they don't have my size.
Right.
Now, for me, I'm a big person, and I cannot stress this enough. I'll have to do a body shot so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm a big person. When I go into a store and they don't have my size, it doesn't make me feel bad about myself. It makes me think like, maybe I need to lose a couple pounds. And because I know what to do. If I get tired of being fat or overweight or whatever nice way you want to say it, I call it fat. That's what it is. I like cookies. I like ice cream. I like all the things that I probably shouldn't eat if I want to lose weight. So is that fat shaming? Is that demeaning? Is that being mean to somebody? Because some of the stuff that they put in there, they had like some of the news reels and different things like that, where they were saying, that they don't see a person that looks healthy. They see a person that looks unhealthy when they see an overweight person. I can say I get a physical done every year, and I'm the picture of health.
Right.
And the doctors are always surprised when they see my numbers. They're like, no high blood pressure, no cholesterol, no diabetes, But then they say, if you want to keep it that way, you might want to lose weight. But if a person is healthy, but also overweight, then what?
Right.
What's the argument then?
Right. And we had watched, I think, I don't know if we watched it or I watched it, but there was a documentary, I think it was on HBO a long time ago, where they're dealing with what does healthy look like. And there was a guy, he ran, and he was a jogger, runner, and he had his physical done, and the doctor said, if we're going by numbers, you're just fine. But his body was not Thor.
Not a lot of people are.
Not a lot of people are. But his body wasn't. He didn't have that. He didn't have the look of you're healthy.
Right.
So then that becomes like. So I think it became more subjective now. So now is there a subjective healthy versus an actual healthy?
I don't think so, and I think doctors would agree and say, no, it's not subjective. If you don't lose weight, you're going to have trouble later on in life.
Right. But if you're physically active, and I think we're kind of veering, I'm veering off a little bit, but just wanted to bring this up. But if you're physically active and you're watching what you eat and all that kind of stuff, and you still do not get down to a healthy weight, then what?
I think the doctors would say that that's impossible. They'll say that's impossible. And even me thinking about it, I can say, well, I've been exercising. I've been doing everything I can do to lose weight. And then, but I did have a cheat day. Or I did have a this or that or the other. There's always, so if you're really doing everything you could possibly do, and a good example would be like the show The Biggest Loser. When they're like before they go on the show, they talk about all the things that they've done to try to lose weight.
Right.
And they haven't been able to do it, right?
Right.
But then they go on the show and they follow the program and they're able to lose weight. What's the difference? The difference is that they're held accountable to stick to the program. So I don't think that a person who truly wants to lose weight can't. I do think it's going to be hard. I do think it's going to take a lot of motivation. It's going to take a lot of perseverance. But I absolutely believe that you can lose weight. Me, for my own self, I would love to have someone invent this pill that I could take and wake up at a size 9, 10. I'd be good there. If they invented a pill that did that, I'd take it tomorrow. Right? So does that mean that I'm body shaming or that I'm ashamed of my weight? No. It means that I'm lazy and I know it. Not lazy in terms of work ethic though, because I did see that in that documentary where they said overweight people, they assume they're lazy.
Right. Yeah.
I'm lazy in terms of exercising. I don't want to get out there and run a 5K. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to run a mile or two.
I'll walk a 5K.
Yeah, I don't even want to run a mile or two, but I don't think that means that I can't lose weight. I just think I haven't found the proper motivation that will put me over. Now, some doctors will say that motivation will come when you come up with type 2 diabetes. It's not funny. I shouldn't laugh at that. But, you know, but still, I know what to do. If I truly wanted to lose weight, I know what to do.
Okay. So one of the people I performed with when I did drag, he was a size 14. But he was 6. He's 6 feet or so.
Okay.
And the clothes he wore was a size 14, which fit me perfectly.
See? So again, body type, right?
Right. So one of the things that she did, depending on what the designer wanted at the photo shoot, she would take padding with her so that she can give herself more hips or bigger legs or something like that. So Elizabeth Hurley.
I was about to say, yeah, and that's why I was waiting for you to finish because it's you. It's inside of you.
Right.
You know, you can be, 280 pounds, or you can be, a size 2.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make as big a difference as people think it does.
Right, and that was the journey that I took, though.
Yeah, because if you ask men will tell you they just want boobs. They don't care. Which is why you have individuals like Halle Berry and Elizabeth Hurley and all these people who have been cheated on. And you're thinking, how the heck does somebody do that?
Right.
But it doesn't have anything to do with how you look. If you can't see yourself for who you are, I think fashion and clothes are the least of your problems. I think you really need to start there. But we'll definitely talk about this some more. And I thank you for staying with us this long, because I know we start talking about these topics that get heated. But that's what we do here. We talk about all kinds of topics. Unapologetic. So we'll talk some more. If you have an opinion or you disagree with us, go ahead and comment below. We welcome all opinions. If you want to call me fat, put it in the comments below and I'll give you the middle finger. How do you type back middle finger? I don't know how to type that out. I'll think of something. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. So, but thank you for hanging in there. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more of our videos, because we love to talk.
Yes, we do.
Yep. So thank you. I am Angel.
I am Mick.
And we are Unbasic Black. Thank you.
Sayonara. Adios. Goodbye. Do svidaniya. Daijin. Fa.
And you.